When I bought my small lake house, the marina next to it was the biggest reason. Quiet mornings, fog rolling over the water, and my boat tied neatly to the dock, it felt earned. I'd owned that boat for years, and I'd also quietly purchased the strip of land the marina sat on long before the HOA ever existed. No one ever questioned it, so neither did I. Until the letter arrived. The notice from the HOA was short, aggressive, and full of bold text. They claimed my boat violated community standards, and demanded I remove it within 7 days or face daily fines. I laughed at first, thinking it was a mistake. I'd never joined the HOA, never signed anything, and my property records were clear. Still, I decided to attend the next HOA meeting to clear it up peacefully. That meeting was anything but peaceful. The HOA president barely let me speak. She waved a rule book in my face and said the marina was shared community property, and that my boat was unsightly. When I calmly told her I owned the marina land itself, the room erupted in laughter. Someone actually said, if that were true, we'd know. That was the moment I realized this wasn't about rules, it was about control. Over the next few days, things escalated. The HOA posted violation stickers on my boat. They emailed threats of towing. One afternoon, I caught a contractor taking measurements near the dock, claiming he was hired by the HOA to reorganize marina slips. That's when I stopped being polite. I pulled out my original deed, zoning approvals, and land survey. Everything was crystal clear. The marina land is mine. Always had been. Instead of arguing more, I made a single phone call. Then another. I ordered fencing, tall, legal, and unmistakable. I applied for permits the same day. While the HOA sent more threatening emails, I stayed silent. Let them think I was backing down. On the 7th day, the deadline they'd given me, I didn't remove my boat. I did something far more effective. Part 2. At sunrise, trucks arrived. By noon, steel posts were anchored firmly into the ground. By evening, a clean, solid fence wrapped around the entire marina perimeter. Locked gates. Clear signage. Private property, no unauthorized access. I made sure everything complied with local regulations. No loopholes. No favors. The panic was immediate. My phone exploded with messages. HOA board members demanded explanations. Residents showed up furious, shouting that they couldn't reach their boats. Some had planned fishing trips. Others had guests coming. One man threatened to call the police, until the police showed up and told him it was a civil matter and that the paperwork checked out. That night, the HOA president emailed me an apology. Not a real one, more like a negotiation disguised as politeness. She asked if we could work something out, and suggested I remove the fence while they reviewed the situation. I replied with a single sentence, I'm happy to discuss leasing access to my marina. The tone changed fast. Within days, the HOA called an emergency meeting. This time, I was invited, respectfully. They finally acknowledged that the marina land was privately owned and admitted they'd never verified ownership before enforcing rules. Their solution: a long-term lease agreement that required the HOA to pay monthly access fees and formally apologize in writing. I agreed, but on my terms. The fines against me were dropped permanently. My boat was officially approved. And the HOA was required to notify residents that the marina was private property managed under contract. No more fake authority. No more threats. The fence stayed up for another week, just long enough for everyone to understand the lesson. Power doesn't come from shouting rules. It comes from knowing the law. Now, every time I walk past the marina, people nod instead of glare. The HOA president avoids eye contact. My boat still sits peacefully in the water, exactly where it belongs. And the marina, it finally gets the respect it never had, because respect, like access, has to be earned.